Yeah, it's good.
What got me in this. I'm Dr. Anthony C. Croker out of Fort Worth. Headed out to Pikes Peak. Pikes Peak or bust. Zeke told me that there's gold out there as big as oranges, that you can just pick him up off the ground.
My name is Ezekiel Miller.
He says they're going to need doctors out there, so I decided to go west with him. Back home, medicine wasn't doing too well. I got paid. If I got paid in chickens or eggs or whatever vegetable you had a lot of in your garden. If your mom was particularly industrious, I might even get a jar of jelly. Very rarely got paid in money, so I ate a lot of chicken. Or if they butchered a hog, I might get a ham hock or something. But I'm hoping that make a better living out in Colorado area. They say gold's pretty plentiful out there. Medicine, I figured I ought to get paid pretty well. I went to school for 8 months. 4 months at a time, and we went through the same classes twice to make sure we learned it all. Medicine is called, we study marasmus. Marasmus means bad air, and you get sick by inhaling bad stuff. Like if you're over a trash heap and breathe that in, that'll make you sick, or over the swamp or something, breathing the bad air. There are people back in Europe that are talking about this new thing called germ theory.
It's just an American thing.
I don't put too much stock in that. I don't know what the Germanic region has to do with it, with Prussia and Austria and such. They keep talking about these germs are little bugs inside you that make you sick. I feel like if I had any bugs inside me, I'd feel them crawling around. Don't you? Well, I don't put much stock in this germ stuff, but it may eventually catch on.
Now here we are 10 years later, you'd think we'd learn a lesson.
Meanwhile, we're trying to cure the different things. We're currently in our 13th year of a pandemic of cholera. That's the third one this century, starting in 1817. We've had 15 million die of it so far. I think y'all's pandemic, y'all are 4.5 million. So hopefully y'all's won't get that bad. Cholera, for the most part, is a disease of diarrhea and vomiting. And if you're not, if you're vomiting in the morning, by night you'll have the diarrhea, and if it starts the other way, you'll be rolled up by evening. You lose probably 5 to 6 gallons of fluid in a day. This is a quart bucket. 4 quarts to a gallon. You can imagine pooping out 20 of these in one day. That tends to get a little dehydrated and turn blue, and they call it blue death. But you're going to die in probably 24 to 40 hours unless it turns itself around. The other thing we have problems with is malaria. We treat that with quinine. I understand y'all still use quinine for malaria. It works pretty well. Other things we use, this is mustard. Mix 2 tablespoons of that with 4 tablespoons of flour and some water. We'll make a paste, put it in a towel, and put it on your chest. And that'll help you breathe better. We think. Most of the time it works. We also have an inhaler. We can put different things like eucalyptus oil and that. Put it down there and breathe that. That'll help loosen that up and help.
That's the kind of markup they had.
If any of y'all have a cough,
shovel and a pick there. Those are
codeine
$1
works real well
tools
for
in the
the
settlements.
you can just come in and buy however much of the
I can
codeine.
sell those for $50 each.
And we make
there's
that
money to be made
opioid,
in selling goods to
opioid
miners.
plants.
So we're going to try that a little bit also. But I'm also going to pan for gold because, well, I could get rich in 5 minutes if I find a big strike, right?
Cannabis.
That's usually how it went, dude. Don't you think? About 5, 10
go
minutes worth of work, and you were set for life. Remember what I told you about my experiences back in 1849?
For poisonings, we use charcoal.
Make enough gold
We just give you a tablespoon of that. That helps and absorb any of the
We don't have any fancy equipment. We don't
the
have
poisons.
We don't have rocker bombs. But we do have tin pan. And that's a nickname.
If
with the,
one of the other things we do is if we feel like the humors are getting out of line and you got too much blood, we'll cut you and bleed you. We try not to take out more than 12 ounces at a time, because otherwise you get fatigued. We can also do it with these. Any of y'all know what those are? Those are leeches. We collect those in the creek back home. We just put those on your skin and they suck the blood out. But we'll measure it out on a scale on how much we need to give you the medicines and such. This is one of the new tools that I've got. Ordered it from St. Louis. Before, if I wanted to listen to your heart or your lungs, I put my ear up to your chest, see what I could hear. This I now just put down on your chest and it amplifies it. It's called stethoscope. Imagine your doctor or something. May not quite look like that. But that's my stethoscope. If you hurt yourself real bad and we have to cut something off, I do have an amputation kit.
I see some color in here.
We use either ether or chloroform for an anesthetic if we've got it. If not, we use whiskey. And
that is probably,
depends on how drunk I can get you, so you don't feel it.
That's probably an ounce.
And we got
of
three or four big guys to hold you down while I cut off. I had one guy shoot himself in the foot. We had to cut off his foot. Take one of the sharp knives and cut all through the flesh, and then take the amputation saw and just cut right through it.
How much do you think gold's worth in 1859?
These are pretty new because I haven't had much talk of it. They talk there may be a war on the horizon between the slave states and the non-slave states over slavery. And so that's, if I work 12 hours a day, may end up having to use that a lot more. They use it some of the Mexican. Another thing that we have is that we believe in is the study of phrenology. Anybody know what phrenology is? I didn't either for a while. A guy by the name of Fowler been studying the bumps on your head. And if I feel the bumps on your head, I can tell things about you. What we need to watch out for and treat. Come here, slip the cap off. You look like you've got pretty short hair. See what kind of bumps I can feel. Right there. Domestic propensities. That means clean. That can't be right. You one that cleans your room a lot? Yeah, I didn't think so. That may be up here under the selfish sentiments.
That one feels like it's
selfish
maybe a third of an ounce or so.
Yeah, but you don't look like a selfish kind of guy.
Worth of gold.
You probably share a lot with all your friends, like share the coals.
You think it was that easy? Most of the time,
over here,
they were finding
inquisitive. Do you ask a lot of questions?
Yes.
Yeah, that one's probably right.
I see some too.
Grandeur and sense of terrific. You think you're a pretty good guy? Yeah, and right back of that. Okay, all right. Got it.
Okay, let's take a
Down
look.
here, so something about hoarding.
Gold in there?
You got a lot of stuff at home?
There's a little piece right
Yeah,
there.
hoarder. Somebody else want to have their head read? Tell you about. Well, guess not. You'll all just have to wonder whether or not you're cautious or have perfectionists. Well, it's got a bump up here, so time measuring. Keep track of time measuring.
It's like a 16.
Up here, you're witty. That's where my bump is.
Did you ever have anybody bite the bullet?
Well, we occasionally had to if we didn't have stuff to cut them off. But mainly they kept us pretty well supplied in the Mexican war with alcohol.
Thank you all.
And so we could get them pretty drunk.
I'll be the one over here all day with ditch fan hands.